And good evening. Looking live right now from Camp Murray tonight in Pierce County. That is where we're waiting for Vice President Mike Pence to wrap up a meeting with Governor Jay Inslee about the response to the coronavirus here in Washington. The Vice President arrived just a couple of hours ago and has been touring Camp Murray.
So we're expecting to hear from them in just a few minutes. Before he begins, we want to update you on the cases right now in the state of Washington. As you may have heard, an 11th person has now died, and the number of confirmed cases went up to 70. Grant County reported its first case. Also new tonight, a part-time concession vendor at the Dragons game here in Seattle, February 22nd, has tested positive for coronavirus. The health department says events will continue at CenturyLink, but urge people at high risk to avoid large crowds. Well, take a look at this. Even the vice president listening to the health warnings today as he arrived at Camp Murray this afternoon. He skipped the handshakes and went right for the elbow bump.
King 5's Chris Daniels joining us live from Camp Murray tonight with the very latest. Chris.
Yeah, Joyce, there's going to be a press conference here behind me in a few minutes or so with Vice President Mike Pence and Washington Governor Jay Inslee. About 5 minutes ago, off in another room to my right, the Vice President made his opening remarks in what can be called a summit here at Camp Murray with Governor Inslee and Washington's congressional delegation. We also saw members of the King County and Pierce County councils, Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin, all in this room to share the needs of Washington State directly with the Vice President Mike Pence. In his opening remarks to the group, as we were in that room, he said that the federal government is here to help Washington State, which has become the epicenter of this coronavirus outbreak. The Vice President landing in Air Force 2 at JBLM about 3:30 this afternoon. As you may know by now, 11 people have died in our region, 59 others infected by COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. Part of this whole meeting is going to be to temper some of the concerns here in our region about supplies and about testing, as we have seen those tests continue to get rolled out, and the federal government that has been criticized over the amount of testing materials and the amount of supplies. We can see here behind us stacks of supplies. So we do expect that Pence is going to address the needs, address the issues, address the federal spending that is expected to be ramped up here as he makes that announcement in a short time, hopefully within this 5 o'clock hour, as soon as that meeting wraps up. That's the story for now here live at Camp Murray. I'm Chris Daniels, King 5 News.
Thank you, Chris. The state is taking some new steps to help people exposed to coronavirus, and the governor's ramping up his warnings about going out in public. Let's head back to Camp Murray. King 5's Drew Mickelson joining us now with the latest on this. Drew.
Yeah, Joyce, we know the feds are here to help. That's what this event this afternoon is all about. But this morning, the governor held a press conference announcing that because he declared an emergency, that is freeing up state agencies to already take action to offer some help, like reimbursing folks who may have had to miss work or were hospitalized because they were exposed to coronavirus, just by the nature of their jobs, being a first responder or a healthcare worker, somebody at a hospital. Also, the insurance commissioner says he is ordering all insurance companies in the state to stop charging co-pays or any deductibles for folks who are receiving coronavirus tests or perhaps treatment, perhaps medical visits. All of those are supposed to be covered under this declaration of emergency declaration. And while the governor does still have the authority to cancel public events, that is not something he says we need to do at this point. He is encouraging folks to think twice, no matter your age or your health condition, think twice before going to a large public event. He says, do you or your family really have to go? Is it an economic reason? Is there a health reason you need to go? If not, you may want to rethink it. He says if you do have compromised health history, or perhaps are, as he called it, of advanced age, you may very well just stay at home. We heard from the health officer of the state, and she said she knows a lot of people are frustrated about not getting these tests. She says most folks with mild symptoms don't need the test at all. They just need to stay home. We are expecting to hear from both the governor and other officials, along with Vice President Mike Pence here within the next half hour at least. Back to you.
All right, Drew, thanks. We'll be heading back to Camp Murray in just a bit. Thanks for that. Okay, did you see the front page of the Seattle Times this morning? The main headline, China tried a lockdown. Should Seattle? This question comes as Seattle has been called a ghost town. People at high risk have been told to stay inside, and more people are being urged to work from home if possible. So here's a look at Interstate 5, a live look tonight. Another noticeable change, a lot less traffic on the road since the coronavirus outbreak. King 5's Glenn Farley live over the interstate tonight. So Glenn, it's rush hour. What are you seeing tonight?
I'm not seeing a whole lot of rushing going on. So we're standing over I-90 here, very close to a junction with I-5. Tim Hans, our photographer, he drives this road every day. He said normally this would be backed up like crazy. You can see some of the collector distributors are backed up, and I-5 is moving pretty well, a little backed up going into town. But the reason it is so light, and wait till we show you what this morning was, has everything to do with the virus.
We are looking green and good.
King 5 traffic reporter Jordan Wilkerson this morning.
Notice as we get past Everett, so if you're heading south, you will be running into a couple of these issues here.
It wasn't perfect, but the drive times were amazing. Thursday mornings aren't normally green.
Definitely by 7 o'clock in the morning when we switch over to Kong and the Today Show comes on, we're looking at about an hour and a half drive time from Everett to Seattle, and today it was about a third of that at about 30 minutes.
We also checked in with INRIX in Kirkland, a company that tracks traffic around the world, but got its start here.
This is this morning's commute at right around 8 a.m.
Trevor Reed is a transportation analyst. He studies traffic.
Where the dark green is that's where you're going 10 miles more above 10 miles an hour more above average than on your typical morning commute.
Green is good. Dark green even better.
It was like a great commute.
This is typically what you'd see during, at 12 o'clock in the afternoon or off peak. This is very light traffic conditions.
And even INRIX itself is looking empty as many of its employees begin working from home. Boeing is now allowing people to work from home if they can, so is the Port of Seattle. Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook urging people to work from home. King County recommending its employees who can also work from home and urging companies to do the same, and many small and medium-sized firms are. Fred Hutch invoking a mandatory remote work policy.
So as you watch that graphic go by, you probably saw our King 5 logo like this. Well, that was not a mistake. We are going to have to practice the same thing, also based on the county's recommendation, but we will be there for you. So people like me who normally are out and about anyway, we're going to sort of leave directly, hook up with our photographers directly from home. We will have people in the office, so we're not losing anybody. We'll all be here, but we're kind of breaking up and doing things differently because of what is going on. Live in Seattle, Glenn Farley, King 5 News.
Thank you, Glenn. Well, fears over the coronavirus are still being felt on Wall Street. All three major indices slipped today. The Dow lost 970 points, 3.5%. The NASDAQ and S&P also down. It has been a roller coaster ride this week. Over the last 3 days, the Dow has swung 1,000 points or more twice. Airlines saw the biggest losses today. United and American Airlines both down 13%. Well, tonight, families of that nursing home, the residents there at the center of the outbreak, they are demanding answers. They held a press conference today saying that the lack of information is just simply unacceptable. King 5's Natalie Swaby joins us live at Life Care Center tonight with more. Natalie.
Well, Joyce, behind me, you can see there are ambulance on site. We don't know the reason why, but we do know that there's been this kind of activity ever since the outbreak was first reported on Saturday. And today we did hear from families who say they first learned about that outbreak on the news. They say they don't blame the staff here. They're upset because they've only seen the CDC periodically, and what they want is more answers from health officials.
I want Mike Pence to come and sit with my father-in-law for an hour in this facility.
Outside of Life Care Center of Kirkland, families are sharing their frustrations.
My mother, I got a phone call this morning that she passed at 3:30 in the morning.
Pat Herrick received that call about her mother, Elaine. Then, 7 hours later, another call came from the Life Care Center.
She told me that she's just updating me that my mother's fine. She doesn't have any symptoms. Her temperature's good. And she just is going ahead to update me. She'll update me every day.
She says at the center where they've been dealing with the coronavirus outbreak, the nurse made a mistake.
She was swamped. She was giving meds. She was doing temperatures. She was trying to deal with the coroner and everybody else to help get my mom out.
They say this place is overwhelmed, and so many families are in mourning.
She came down with some coughing and wheezing around January, late January. My beautiful mother passed away yesterday morning at 6 a.m.
Lori Spencer admitted her mother here last Wednesday, then found out about the coronavirus cases days later.
What is your biggest concern here?
My biggest concern is that even if she stays quarantined and stays well, I need to take her out of here as soon as she is walking.
Kevin Connolly's father-in-law lives here. He's healthy now, but he's worried.
What changes do you want to see right away?
I want to see testing. I want to see, they keep saying they're quarantined. They're not quarantined. They've been confined to their bedrooms, and even then they're not confined. One of the families reported yesterday that her father was out in the communal area walking around. My father-in-law was invited to walk around the outdoors if he wanted. This is not quarantine. There is no quarantine here. This disease is running rampage through this facility.
Now, Pat Herrick, who found out her mother passed away today, said to her knowledge her mother was not sick. She says she wants a coronavirus test done to find out if that was a factor in her death. Live tonight in Kirkland, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Natalie, thank you. Certainly a tough time for those families. All right, let's take another live look at Camp Murray, where we are waiting to hear from Vice President Mike Pence tonight. He's been meeting with Governor Jay Inslee about Washington's response to the coronavirus. Once they begin talking, we will carry it live right here on King 5.